Hello, people. I am your uncle Unnana. I am unsatisfied with everything. I was so shocked when Liverpool and Manchester United were fucked up the other day, so I decided to make this video to re-educate to those who are in need. In the Aston Villa against Liverpool game, there are 4 major reasons of this catastrophic defeat. 1. Offline defense. 2nd. Adrian. 3rd. VAR and the attitude of the Liverpool players. 4. Aston Villa's preparation. Okay, let's look at the lineup. Aston Villa, a 4-2-3-1 lineup with a few new players. Watkins, Barkley, Trezeguet and Grealish forming an attacking diamond in front, pressing against Liverpool. And Liverpool, standard 4-3-3 with Mr. Daydreaming Gomez and Kepa's brother, Adrian, as a goalie. Oh my god. First, Liverpool's tactic, the offline defense. If it is 1-2 goals deficit, you can still blame individual players for making mistakes. But conceding 7 goals means it is technically win from bottom to top, head to toe. There must be problem to do with the manager's tactic. It is a defeat in a macro point of view. Individual players can't lead to this kind of defeat. So Jurgen Klopp's deployment of an offline defense is the main cause, and Jurgen Klopp needs to bear most responsibility. Personally, I do not hate Klopp. Instead, I love him so much. But he is wrong this time, so he deserves for a slap in the face. Look at the goal on the 39 minutes. Liverpool is standing way too high for the set piece. Let me tell you how Aston Villa tactically beat Liverpool's offline defense. Offline defense is good to set traps for opponents. Making good use of VAR, most of the set pieces will just go offside because the players need to run for a fair distance to catch the ball in the box. However, Aston Villa studied Liverpool's tactic and worked accordingly. Just like how you plan your first date. First, Watkins stay in front of the line, not on the line, and make his run earlier to accelerate himself to catch the ball. Secondly, the line was too high that Kepa's brother, Adrian, had no chance to come out to punch the ball away. Liverpool has been using this offline defense trap for 2 to 3 years already. Would you still call this a trap when everyone on earth, even Uncle Unnana, noticed it? Oh my god. Secondly, error made by Kepa's brother, Adrian. He has been performing poorly since the beginning. He might have a couple of good saves, such as the penalty save in the UEFA Super Cup. However, most of the time he was like Chelsea's backup manager, Kepa. He has been shaky, making so many mistakes and giving 3 goals throughout the last campaign. He is very average in handling. He cannot command when catching crossings or shots straight to him. Not mentioning his position. Look at this instant. Oh my god, where is he going? Is he too embarrassed that he wants to go home? This is a football game. Adrian's footwork has been terrible. Passing or delivery is nowhere close to standard. Once he kicked the ball, it will just go over the sideline. End of story. Whenever he plays, Liverpool is playing as if Alisson is in the squad, leaving the back line so prone to pressing, making too many back passes to a goalkeeper of this standard. Adrian makes mistake when he sees the ball. I am sure you can find this as many clips as possible in Twitter. As Uncle Unnana said, he has been making mistakes the entire time. Not all of them resulted in goals, but really too many times as a Liverpool backup goalie. For some reason, people decided to ignore the mistakes and focus on the so-called heroic moments, which did not even happen so many times. Come on, in Uncle Unnana's planet, we are very critical on ourselves and each other. If you did something wrong, you will be educated. End of story. So while Adrian is in the re-education camp, Uncle Unnana have been praying for Jurgen to buy a backup keeper. Oh yeah, and they did. But it's a 17-year-old kid. I hope he is not Kepa's brother. Third, VAR and attitude. It means discipline to the referee and also the players. When Aston Villa was leading 1-0 long before the collapse, Liverpool had a penalty shout waved away. Watching the replay, Uncle Unnana really cannot think of any reason why that wasn't a penalty. Salah was fouled and McGinn had no chance whatsoever getting the ball. It's a stonewall penalty. People always talk about if the referee decision was not a clear and obvious error, VAR would not intervene. However, they never have a clue whether the referee saw the incident clearly and make a proof judgment, or whether the referee did not see the incident clearly and make the wrong call. So, in Uncle Unnana's opinion, whether there is any doubt as above, the referee should always be called to look at the pitch side screen, or they should find an Asian uncle to be the referee, because you can seldom find Asians in a football pitch, so you will not get any biased decision. Asian uncle is fairer than VAR. VAR in the Premier League is a joke. Look at the attitude of the Liverpool people after 3-1. The team was playing like school kids. No formation, no discipline, no defense, just attacking and attacking, while keep exposing your own weakness. It is a complete fuck up. And look at my dear daydreamer. His body language and his face tells you that he was still sleepwalking. His mind was in somewhere else. Jurgen Klopp did the right thing to take him off, but it was too late. He should have been taken off since yesterday. 4. Aston Villa preparation. Combating Liverpool's offline defense. Liverpool has always been playing with a relative high line. However, this season the high line has been really high. I reckon that's because of the utilization of VAR, which offside will almost always be picked up, so Klopp just want to take advantage of it. This kind of high line is very vulnerable if tactically exploited by the opponent. Uncle Unnana can see the issue in the Chelsea game and the Arsenal game. Fortunately, Timo Werner was not the best person to deal with this kind of situation, and like I said, wasted 2 one-on-one opportunities. In those 2 games, we can see the problem, but the opponent did not exploit that. Looking back to 2019 Champions League semi-final second leg against Barcelona, where Liverpool won 4-0. Liverpool deployed a relative high line for obvious reason, but definitely not as high as this season. In the first half, Barcelona players actually exploited that high line and exploited Liverpool's attempt to play offside. Many of them were from set pieces. They created quite a few chances that could have ended Liverpool's famous comeback. In the Barcelona game, they left a few players offside, but put 1 or 2 players in onside position to run to the space once the ball was kicked out. This ensured at least some players are onside to try to play the ball. Liverpool backline at that time had a habit to stay still for half a second when they think they played everyone offside, making them very difficult to recover. Back to this Villa game, even a banana can tell Aston Villa is tactically prepared to exploit this high line. They clearly learned from the first 3 games Liverpool played this season. Their players are positioning themselves in an onside position, making runs to exploit the space behind Liverpool's high line. And this weakness is even worse by the fact that Liverpool's defenders are not fit. Dreamwalker has been dreamwalking. Robertson and Arnold were constantly out of position, and they were not creating any threat when they are going forward. Do your job, don't just run. When Uncle Unnana was still a kid, my mama told me to work smart before you work hard, and obviously Adrian performed like his brother, Kepa. Liverpool's defender did not position themselves in a way that they can recover from it. They are being very arrogant. Arrogant is no good. Arrogant people needs to go to re-education camp. The defending people think that they can just stay on the high line and keep attacking. A few times the gap between Daydreamer and Van Dijk was too huge, so they cannot effectively cover each other. And they are so high up in the pitch. The space between them and the goal was just ridiculous. At the same time, Aston Villa was prepared for this. You can tell they drilled to run from an onside position to exploit the space. Whether that's a diagonal run, darting one, or simply running towards the gaps between the centre backs. A few times, Arnold was too high up in the pitch and Gomez, the daydreamer, had to move to the right to cover the right back space, leaving the central of the defense so easy to cut through, especially with such a high line. Just like Tottenham between 2013 and 2015. At the point Liverpool exploited and had a run of 4-5-6 against Tottenham. For a couple of times throughout the game, how many times had Aston Villa sent a through ball to back of the high line with all the space for their striker to run into? Basically, every single through ball ended up in a dangerous position. I call this kind of very highline and offline defense simply because when your opponent is tactically prepared, the defense is close to non-existence. You are fucked up. How dare you to use the same trap for 3 years and you still call it a trap? It is a gift for the prepared. Okay, congratulations to Aston Villa. They are hungry and they are so sharp-sing. 3 goals were coming from deflection, but they deserve it. Liverpool needs to critically reflect on their own performance. Let me tell you a story. When Uncle Unnana was young, when I made mistakes, my mum forced me to correct it by looking at my mistake again and again, until Uncle Unnana was brainwashed. Brainwashing is good, so your instinct will make you not to commit the same error again. So you know what Kepa's brother Adrian would need to do? Please give him some ideas by commenting below. If you like me to talk more, please like, comment and subscribe. I will send you good bananas. Sayonara people.